What up, everybody? It's your boy. Welcome to the second build episode of the 89 S13, the comp build. We're gonna be stripping it out today and getting it ready for the roll cage. It's the main thing I gotta do before I can take it to competition, because you can't compete without one. So, gotta play a little musical trailers, and then I gotta move some stuff, move this couch, and then we can get that thing on the lift. Oh, the good old trusty seat time. Does the job. Alright, so we got everything shuffled around. We're on the lift, ready to rock. If this is your guys' first time tuning into this build, go check out the first build episode if you guys are interested in seeing everything that's on the car and what's put on it, what I'm going to do, what the plans are and all that. Get a closer look at it. Also, you can check out a couple videos of me ripping up the parking lot in it. It's a beast, man. But anyways, let's get into it. Got to prep it for a roll cage, so whole interior's got to come out. Door cards, carpet, seats, dash, console, back seats. Luckily, the rear's already been stripped a little bit for that harness bar, if you can see that. So that'll save me some work. The carpet back there is gone, so that's nice. A lot of that's gone, which is nice. That's gone, that's nice. We are gonna remove the ceiling, and basically everything's got to come out so we can weld it all together. My plan is, with the electrical stuff underneath the dash, I'm just gonna use some masking tape and mark all the connectors that I gotta unplug, so it's pretty simple to put it all back together. My plan is to get an aftermarket dash in there. I don't know when I'll get that though, because the one I want's like $1,900. You can get the aluminum one for like $900, but I want the carbon fiber because I'm gonna do the heads-up display and everything too. So just want to make it nice, you know. So we might have to put this dash back in just to make it to 1 or 2 competitions, but we'll see. All right, the cage I got for it is from Cage Kits. I got the X bar one, and it's FD spec. I messaged Terry over at Drip Buffet. He said that's good. We shouldn't have any problems with any of the local events or anything like that, so that's freaking sweet. I'll slap a picture of the X bar in right here so you guys can kind of see what it looks like, because I don't have the cage yet. They're still building it for me, but yeah, it's gonna be sick. Let's get into this, man. Start tearing in this car. Let's gut this motherfucker. Alright, I think we'll start with the door cards. There's a screw here that you gotta pop. Then you gotta pop that screw here. Then turn this door handle, because it has a lock on the bottom. You can kind of see it. You twist that and it pulls out. I might be missing one. I'll let you guys know if I am. There's a little tab here. Should just pop back. Yep, just like that. There's the screw. Put that with the door card stuff. I'm gonna try and label everything, keep everything together too, so I don't lose all the screws and shit, or have to have a box and mix match and figure it all out. I hate having to do shit like that. See, it's got that little lock piece on there. See, twist it, it locks into place. My bad, that other screw, see if you can see it. Yeah, it's right there, and that door handle. I gotta remove that one real quick, and then see what else we got. Sorry about that dash, it's fucking annoying. I should be able to screws holding the door card. Now I'm gonna pull my trim tools and see if we can't pop the door away. This sits right on the glass, and from what I've seen, you just pop it out and then slide it right, and it comes right off. So see if we can get her. So I gotta figure out how to take that off, and then I'll get back to this. Okay, so from what I've watched recently, just trying to learn this, yeah, I can see it too. There's a little metal ring right there that you gotta kick a hook and pull up, and then this will slide right off. So I've got to find, I don't have anything that'll grab that, but I think my dad has something in his toolbox, so I'll be right back. Let's see. Alright, this hook might be a little fat, a little thick, but let's see if I can get it. Yeah, it's just a little too fat. It's kind of tearing up my shit to grab it, but there we go. Yeah, it's just that little pin right there, locks it in. Once you pull that, it's free. So, door handle now, the door should be able to just pull away. Just got those last couple tabs. It said lift up and slide right. There we go. Hell yeah. There's the door. Alright, that's what the door looks like without it on. I'm actually surprised the speakers are still in there. I'll probably pull those and later on though. Right now I'm just concerned with getting the cage on. I'm gonna keep everything over here kind of together on my car trailer, and let's grab our trusty shim kit and drivers and go to the next door. Another door down. Alright, I'm sitting here removing the trim, and it's just a bunch of little screws all the way. Just these little guys right here. Let's move on to pulling the seats, the mounts, all that, and then work on pulling the harness bar in the back seats. Dude, first roll cage. Race car, baby. My first actual drift car, man. Yeah, I don't know where to sit the camera to film me doing this, but I go down here and touch them. I'm hyped at the Street Faction seat mounts. I love Street Faction. Anyways, I go to pull this one out. I just trying to see what size it is. It's just an Allen anyway, but it's loose. It's not even finger tight, man. Jesus Christ. Let's check this one. At least that one's tight. Alright, let's pull these things out. Keep moving. Sitting here freaking free spinning it, and I'm like, why won't it release? And then I put my fingers down there and I figured out that he had it mounted to this freaking bolt underneath, so I had to stick my finger under there and figure that one out. But luckily the seat's not connected, so I can lift it up and put my ratchet under there and not have to do it with like an Allen or something. It's much easier. Just like that. Bam. Last one's out. Let's drop this. Let's pull the seat out. Yeah. That's how you low ride right there, bro. Just like that, baby. We got ourselves a suit. One thing we will be doing though, once we get the cage in, we're putting it back together. We'll finally put the door trims and seams back on, because I'll show you guys real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I've got the window trims and stuff right here. Oh, here's a little sneak peek at the next 91 for the 91 240 build. Got me some perfect condition triple projectors, man. Ooh, stay tuned. That girl right there, yeah. And I'll either source a new one, but I'll probably end up just putting this one on that 91 as well. Then we'll just do a grill in this one for airflow. Let's take a peek in here. Just gotta collect all the harness bars and, you know, the harnesses, unbolt all those and get the mounts out, and then we'll focus on the other side, and then we'll do the harness bar, the back seats, and then hopefully I'll go buy a shop vac in time to vacuum this out before we pull the carpet on both sides, because it's glass on both sides. And then yeah, we'll be pretty close to just pulling out the center console stuff and basically be ready to get the cage at that point. I'm just waiting on the email from Cage Kits to tell me to come pick it up. Dude, I'm so hyped, boys. Man, went up to my house real quick. I forgot I bought me a nice new pair of work gloves. Man, the moon and the sunset right now is crazy, and directly on the other side is the freaking moon just sitting there over the mountain. It's beautiful. I take my camera out there and show you guys, so I'm trying to get shit done here. Or am I being lame? Should I just take you guys out and see real quick? I don't know. Alright, seat mounts are off. Nut there, and then bolt. Pretty simple. How I got that out, let's run out there real quick, see if the sunset's still good. See if you can still peek the moon. Yeah, a little less color. Maybe I was in there for a little too long, but well, the moon's higher than it was. Blue sky, big old full moon tonight, baby. Sick. Look at that rig. Alright, time to go get back to work. It's cold out here, goddammit. It's frigid. See here. Grab some clippers. So I think that center console's only on by that one zip tie. So I'll pull that, get that out of my way. I'm not gonna worry about the dash and that stuff until I get all this done. This is gonna be the pain in the ass part. But yeah, I'm gonna snip that little zip tie right there. And now I should be able to pull this piece out. Yep. So I'll put the center dash over here. The rest of the stuff. Alright, unfortunately my camera battery is going to die here soon, so I ran up to the house, grabbed my battery charger. It's freaking dead because unfortunately I can't find the other battery and I had to film that update video today, so I'm going to work on pulling that other seat out while this battery charges a little bit, and then we'll get back to filming. It was an 11. I put the socket on. It wasn't even tight. I just finger loosened it off. There was a bolt underneath it, but another one that was loose and was missing one on that back corner. So but the seat's ready to come off. Freaking funny, I stepped on it. Just get across and it's like the perfect imprint of a Lakai. Well, it was. Like I messed it up, but it was perfect. Had the symbol and everything. Let's pull this seat out. There we go. Freaking seat mount kept falling down on me. I unbolted the seat to lift it up so I could get those brackets. I'm gonna put the camera back on the battery charger while I pull the brackets, but hell yeah, getting some progress done. Let's get to work on them harnesses. Brought out the big gun for this one. Alright. There we go. Had it in kind of crooked, that might be why whoever drilled it. Bottom harness is out. Now I just gotta take those top ones off. And these top harnesses are super easy. You just slip this through the belt and then pull it off. Pretty simple. Just knock those out real quick. Got all the harnesses out. I still gotta pull that off. Pulled the window seals off too, and I've also got these seals as well for the windows, which is nice. I'm gonna put that over with my other, the metal frame ones. Put these ones right here with those ones. Let me show you guys what the trim. It's just these two little plastic tabs right here. Remove that. So I'm gonna pull those out too, get all that out of the way for when we put the cage in. Let's see if we can get it out with this little one right here without losing them. Beautiful. Just like that. Those two little tabs. Keep those with that so I don't lose them. Oh, there's another one right here. I didn't realize there was a third. The other one didn't have that. Alright. Keep them all in there. Perfect. And kind of a trippy view. Different. Backseat riding, baby. Just give me an extendo wheel. Anyways, so for the harness bar, bolt there, same as this side, bolt there, and bolt there. However, I think I'm going to remove the rear seats first so I can access this easy. Because the seat's kind of right in my fucking way. Or maybe I can just pop out the rears first. But anyways, from what I was reading, you gotta remove the carpet in the trunk, which is already gone in this car, and then you'll have access to a couple bolts there, and then you pull these tabs right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, it's kind of blurry. Tabs right there on both sides, and that shall release the bottom Alright, so I'm looking in the trunk for those bolts or screws, and I'm not seeing them. Probably have to grab a flashlight, but... Alright, so I just pulled those two tabs. They're right here on the bottom on both sides. And pulled up when I did it, and they're not bolted in the back. But hell yeah, got that done. And we'll move on to the top. Alright, let's pull these latches up top and see if they actually work. See if that's what it was talking about. Oh shit, look at that. So mine's already been unbolted because this car's already been stripped, but that was easy. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Ah, yeah. Look at that. Sheesh. Alright, let's get to work on this harness bar. Hopefully you guys can see everything. It's kind of hard to do this, but... as gently as I can, anyway. That's a roll bar, baby. Yeah, a harness bar, anyway. Let's get this out. Alright, that's everything so far. Car's looking pretty good. Hell yeah, boys. Now I just gotta start working on the hard stuff. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna remove this first, then we'll pull off this dash cover, and then we'll work on getting this off. And then we'll see where we gotta go from there. Luckily, the only thing I see holding this on is that zip tie and this zip tie, so zip ties are also holding the pods together, so we'll figure it out. If I can, I'm gonna leave all the electronics plugged in that I can, and then I'll label everything that I can't keep together, and so when I go plug it back in, it'll be simpler. But simpler. See how bad this dash is. Dang, dude. I haven't taken the cover off yet, and that's actually not that bad a shape. It really only has, what, 2 cracks in it? Alright, now we're going to hit those 2 screws and then those ones, so it'll release the column, and pull that out too. Oh, damn, I missed 2 screws. I knew there was 4. So you got those 2 underneath, and then you got one there. And then you got one there. So I gotta take those off real quick. Wouldn't even unscrew. God, my camera sucks so much ass. Yeah, right there. It wouldn't even unscrew. It's still in there. I just kind of pushed it out. So, oh well. God damn it. Alright, so I missed the bolt. It's only missing a couple. For the hood pop, I'm gonna go ahead and release that. I don't know if you can see it very well. Yeah, I'm gonna release those 2 screws so I can drop that down, and then we'll see what we gotta remove to get get more of this going. I forgot to show you guys removing this top piece too. That should just come right off. Here's your steering column right there. I'm gonna figure out the rest of this. I pulled those 2 screws right there. They were a little blown out, so they weren't the easiest to get off. But now I'm realizing that there's 2 more screws right there on the inside, so I'm not gonna be able to take care of that until I get this dropped. So now we're gonna move on to dropping this and pulling this out. So you got these 2 screws here, these bolts here, and then these tabs here on both sides. And then you should be able to pull that out. Alright guys, just spent all that time pulling those 2 bolts off, and I just realized that they are the wrong bolts. So now I gotta push that pin in and put the bolts back on and get to the right bolts. But let me show you what bolts you're supposed to get. So You see that shiny boy? Yeah, that one right there. That's the other one I gotta get to drop the steering column. So I gotta put those two back and thread that freaking needle back through, because those were obviously the wrong ones. So, shit. So now I just gotta get these two bolts up here and then these tabs, and it should come out. But I am gonna have to unplug everything that's behind it as well before it'll actually release. So let's get into that. Alright, well, before I can pull this out, I need to drop this piece all the way so I can get the wires back here and unhook everything so I can actually release it. So I think I'll try and remove this and this so I can pull this out and actually access all the stuff I gotta unclip, because I just can't reach it with how it is. So I've done some looking at it, and let me show you. So for this piece, there's a bolt there which is missing, and a bolt there which is missing. So I'm thinking I can just slide that out because I don't see any other tabs. And then for this piece right here underneath the steering column, that's a better way to put it. You got that bolt right there that I can see, and then I'm wondering if there's one behind that. So we're gonna pop those out and see. There we go. So there's that. I wanted to see if there's any screw. Yeah, there's another one right there for the bottom piece of the steering column. So we'll get that one, and then we'll get back to it. Alright, so we got those two out. They were just 10 millimeters, and then alright, now this can come free. I am going to screw this back on with those two screws just so I don't lose them. But that's free, and now we should be able to get underneath here and unhook some of those and pull this, and then we'll work on getting the gauge display out, get the climate control screws, pop the vent up there. We'll get those 3 screws, and then I think there's 1 or 2 that I'm missing, but then the dash should come out. Shit. My original thought was I would just turn them sideways and thread them through there, but there's a plate back there. God, this camera sucks, you can't see. Not a plate, but yeah, a divider right there. So I can't just turn them through and slide them through. I'm gonna unthread this one, pull it out, pull it through, and then we'll put it back together so I can keep those in the car so we can still start it and move it, but hell yeah. Alright, so now that we got these 2 switches out, the only ones you got to get the hazard light disconnected. Sorry, I'm trying to show you, but my hand's in the way. Got to get the hazard lights disconnected, clip which is in there. And then on this side we have to sorry. Yeah, we just got to disconnect the headlights, and I think that's it. I think there's one more right here that we got to disconnect too, but that's it. So I'm gonna pull those, and we'll get the dash. We'll get the gauge spot out. It's a nice jacket, Pops.
Thanks, Doc.
It's pretty sick. Just down here working. Alright, I was able to pull it out so I can show you guys a better view. But yeah, those are all the clips I got left. I don't have any masking tape, but since my pops just came down here, he's gonna go grab me some. I got this one undone. I just got that one and that one, and then this will pop out. But I'm gonna mark them with tape and the Sharpie just so I know. Alright, this is how I got them labeled. It's 1-1, 3-3, 2-2, and this one I didn't pull. It was already pulled, but I'll just do 4-4, so bang.
There you go.
Oh shit, guess I missed one. Oh fuck, it's one of those. I got this one down here. Just a screw on there, a screw on the other side. Pull those 2 little screws, and I'll pull this off and we'll fit those screws back in. Oh yeah. Race car, baby. Alright, that's out. That's done. I can I just gotta put these 2 little screws back, put this back together, and then we'll be good. Alright, get the gauge cluster out. It's just that screw, that screw, that screw, those three right there. We'll get those out, pop that gash out, and then we'll, I think after that we can start working on removing all the screws for the actual dash. So let's get into that, get that going. But we're not going to put this back in, so I'm going to have to figure all that. We might actually be deleting all those wires later because I'm going to put a heads-up display in here when I get the custom dash in. We're going to have to cut that out to the size and fit it in there nice. See, we got 3 plugs. That's not too bad at all. There you go. Yep. So I'm going to mark those and we'll pull those out. Alright, so now we're going to pop these vents out and get the 3 bolts that are in there, and then we'll start moving on the other bolts to get this dash out. Just got my trim kit. Pop those out real nice and easy. Hopefully we don't break nothing. That's so fun. God damn it. Fucking dry old brittle. Dash is broke. That fucking sucks. Damn it. Cracked right there too. That fucking blows. Ah, that one cracked right there. Nice little split. Damn it, dude. Got a bolt. 1 bolt there. 1 bolt there. 1 bolt there. That's all the top bolts for the dash. I'll pull those out real quick. Not too big, just a little screw. Alright, we got those 3 out. Now we're gonna hit these 2 right there. Bang, bang. Just learn as I go. Alright, we got those 3, those 2, and then I'll show you guys the rest of the bolts here in just a sec. So you got a bolt there on the side, bolt here on this side, and then we'll do the weather climate control bolts, and then I believe there's only 2 more that we got to get, and then this dash should come out. Alright, got those out, got the side ones out. Now we gotta take out all the bolts around the glove box, and then it should drop as 1 piece, hopefully. Unless I'm forgetting something, which is totally possible. First timer here, baby. And got that out. I was able to get the ECU out too as well, because I want to leave everything still runnable, make it easier on and off the trailer and whatnot. But hell yeah, that should be all the bolts for the dash. I'm going to see real quick, double check, and then we'll try and remove this sucker. Alright, I did miss these 2 screws right here, that one and that one, as they're connected to this bracket that goes back into there. So I'm gonna pull those real quick and then we'll see if this dash comes off. Yeah, we'll leave those. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to take the handbrake handle off, so. Yeah, that right there. Alright, now that that's released, I'm pretty sure that's enough leverage to get this dash out, so. Just got to pull those 2 wires right there. Yeah, thank you. Those 2 right there. And then the dash will be free. God damn it. There we go. I'll walk it out toward you. Alright, boys. The dash is out. Yeah, crazy, man. I gotta unhook this, take that out, and then yeah, we'll start cleaning this up. I think this is as As far as I'm gonna get tonight though, it is getting late and I gotta go get ready for bed, man. Gotta go to work in the morning again. But hell yeah, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and see you guys tomorrow. I don't think we'll get into the dash tonight just because it's fucking late and I'm tired. So let's try to pull out the rest of that rear interior and the roof liner. Get that out and then we can focus on the dash and the carpet. Alright, so we're gonna take this out, this out, this out on both sides, and then we've got to remove the light, these, the mirror, and then we should be able to drop the roof. But yeah, once we get all that in, we can focus on just this, pulling out all the AC shit and cleaning this all up and getting it ready for the cage. I also forgot the contact cage kits this morning, so I'll have to do that tomorrow. But I want to ask them if the roll cage is meant to go with the knee guard bar or whatever this is called behind the dash. So hopefully it is, and I don't have to remove that too and make it even more of a rat's nest. But if not, we'll figure it out. All right. So these aren't attached with anything. You just gotta pop them out. All the 8 pillars and shit. So we're gonna work on doing that. Oh my god, that just broke my fucking trim remover. I don't know why that thing's so locked in, but I can't get it off, and that fucking sucks, dude. That just broke my... What the hell, bro? There we go. Damn, dude, yeah, those plastic tabs, they were freaking in there, bro. Holy shit. That's insane. Here we go. Hell yeah, didn't break any of the tabs. That's freaking sweet. Just one pillar. I gotta move all this out of the car so I can do it on this side. Hold on. That is all the trim out of the car. 8 pillars, the back ones. It's all out. Alright, so you got 2 screws here, 1 screw there. That's the same with the other one. And then you take a little flat head and you can pop this down, and then there's 2 screws that hold that up, and then the dome light, and then the headliner should come down. Let me put that back up. So I figured it out. It's not the casing that you pull the whole fucking mirror. This right there goes into that right there, and it just kind of sits snug. So I just pulled on the mirror just real quick. I wasn't filming just because I was looking at it and figuring it out, but I just pulled on it and it fucking popped right out. So there's that. I got the Broadway mirror on it. We will see if I can put that back up on the headline after I remove the headliner. So hopefully that's the case. That would be freaking sweet. That would make me happy. Oh yeah, hell yeah. It's looking like it's gonna work out. So I should be able to remount the mirror once I pull the headliner off. I'll show you guys. It goes right up into there into the metal. So exactly what I was hoping. So I should be able to rethread those back in. Hell yeah, that's tits. That's what I like to see, man. Now we got to do the dash. I mean the dome light. So I'm gonna work on that. I think. Yep. Oh, that's not how I wanted to do that. I freaking dropped it, but we didn't break it, so we're good. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, now, yeah, you can see the 2 screws. Well, maybe you can. It's kind of dark in here. Yeah, 2 screws on the dome light, and that should drop out. So, hopefully that works. Yep, that worked way better. Yeah. There it is, light assembly. I am going to actually thread those 2 screws back in. yeah, we should just have these 2 tabs now. I'm gonna get on those and then get this freaking headliner pulled, baby. Let's get it. Boom. There we go. Alright, so you got those tabs right there on the back, which is holding that up. That should be the last thing holding it up. So I'm gonna pop those and then we'll get it the fuck out of here. But all that 30-year-old Japanese dirt. Ugh. Is your dust imported? There's the roof. Well, the headliner, I should say. And then let's pull this bad boy out. Hell yeah, boys. Alright, what's up, guys? To be honest, it's been about a month since I've been down here working on this thing. Just been busy moving out of my house, as you can see. Oh my shit. Moving out of my house and editing videos for you guys, but yeah, let's get back into this. Pulling out this dash bar and all the cooling, you know, all the air conditioning and all that bullshit. Get out of there, get the steering column out. So I don't know how far we're gonna get into it today though, because the parking lot's wet. It's been snowing all day, and those cars are easy to access, so I kind of want to go play and shoot a little video. So I don't know how far we'll get tonight, but we're getting back into this thing here soon. I only got a little bit left to do with the house and only a couple weeks left to get everything out. So enough of that, back to the video. Alright, so in the meantime, I've been able to get a hold of Cage Kids. They emailed me back. Awesome company, man. I just wish they'd hurry up and finish my cage. But so they got back to me. The stock crash bar, the OEM crash bar behind the dash, you can leave it in if you slightly modify it. A little bit of trimming is involved. They sent me pictures, which I will put right here so you guys can see. But you don't need to keep it because their kit, the bar that comes along in their kit, has a mount for the steering column. So I'm just going to delete the whole thing and just weld the whole cage kit in, which is awesome. That was my question earlier. So now that I know that, yeah, let's just dive into this and start ripping everything out, man. Alright, so a lot of this air cooling pieces that I can see are just screws. So I'm going to get to work on pulling all those out and starting to drop all this stuff. Yeah, it's just a lot of screws everywhere. The main 2 things that are going to be hard to pull out is the whole AC system. But yeah, we'll get to that. Hell yeah, let's get back into this. Pulled some screws out. This is ready to come out. I do have to cut the zip tie to pull it all the way out. I just wanted to show you guys that. But I'm going to start removing these bigger screws, pull this piece off, and then I think we're going to work on the crash bar itself, remove that, and then I can have easier access to everything. Just a few more screws uncovered, nothing too serious. So this crash bar, OEM crash bar, is just got screws on it from what I can see. So I'm gonna start working on those. Alright. So I've just got one bolt holding on that side that I can see. Now I'm trying to work on this side. I've got one of them out, but this is getting in the way. I gotta hit a couple bolts here on both sides as well, and then the last bolt over there. And I think the 2 on top of the steering column, I'll be able to pull it out. Also, I'm seeing that before I can pull this bar out, I'm going to have to cut all these wires free from it. All the zip ties and tabs and shit. But yeah, I'm gonna keep fiddling with this thing, see what's going on now. Okay, I can see if you guys can see this right here, but so there's a little notch right there. You kind of got to get it up and out and then pull. So I'm gonna see if I can get this thing out. We do have one ground wire right there that we'll have to make sure that we get done. When we put that on the new bar, so I will mark that with some tape as well. But yeah, let's try and get this thing the rest of the way out of here. It's got more tabs and everything on here, so got that wire I've got to snip, get that off, and I'm still hooked in right there, but we're getting there. Found out what's holding me up. So this little black piece right here is a freaking tab, and that's what's grabbing. I gotta pop that out, and then this bar should come out. Let's hope so. I gotta get this one over this so I can finish pulling it out. I had to bend this a little bit, as you can see, to get it up over those wires. Not a big deal. It's pretty pliable. You can just put it right back to where it needs to be. Just gotta finish working it through this last little bit of wire here, and then we should be good. Not sure where it's getting caught at though. There we go. I had to do that really carefully not to rip any wire or anything like that, but there it is. There's the crash bar. There's the crash bar. Some of the cooling I've taken out, and now we're left with that. Easy access to pull all that out. Should get the steering column out, finish pulling that. Then I'm gonna tie together all these wires with some zip ties and stuff, make it as clean as possible. Then we'll work on getting this floor out, and then getting some dry ice and some chisels and chipping away at all this fucking sound deadening, and get where the areas where the plates are gonna weld for the cage. But yeah, it's coming along, baby. Boys, the cage is here. Got my Cage Kids roll cage. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna be really easy to plug and play. You know, everything's notched, everything's marked, pre-bent, pre-cut. So that's what they strive to be, is the easiest cage to install. Thank you, Cage Kids, freaking badass. Super excited to finally run one of their kids. But yeah, let's get back to work on this thing, man. So I'm just gonna go around and start hitting all these screws that I can see that are holding it all up in one piece, and then yeah, just slowly work my way around everything, try to get it all removed. Just if I need to watch later. Just so you guys know, I pulled that one from there, about to pull this one from here. Looks like I'm gonna have to pull this one too. But yeah, we'll get this all unhooked. There's another one that snakes around. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, it looks like it's also bolted in by that plate. So I'm gonna work on getting this side free. Then I should be able to pull that and then work this one through that way. And we'll work on that. Yeah, just like that other side, we got one. I don't know if you can see it, but that one. Alright. I've been hitting it over a bit, and it looks like this is sliding, because what I can tell with my flashlight and my phone camera, it looks like it's just on this little clip thing. I just gotta slide it off, so tap it a couple more times and see if it comes free. You can see it now. It's coming out like the filter. I don't quite understand this. Hopefully this works. It's kind of kicking my ass a little bit. That's alright. Alright, so I was just looking at it, and you can see that it's hooked to this. Goes through there on a spring. I don't know if you can see it, and it's connected to that. So I'm gonna snip that little fucker, see what that does. Alright, as you can see, we've only got that much more to go. So I'm gonna remove these real quick. Try to get that plastic piece out the bottom right there. I don't know if you can see that. Right there. Get that out. And then hopefully we can pull this forward a little bit and get it the rest of the way off. I don't know. There it is. The sucker came right out. There, we got that piece out. Let's get this freaking blower motor out of here. It's a freaking pain in the ass. It's hard to find all the bolts for it. I've been looking at it, but I'm gonna sit here and look at it for a sec, figure it out. After looking at this thing, I don't see any bolts holding it. It just looked like it's on tabs and everything, so I'm going to try and pull it forward. And hopefully that'll pop it off. I do need to remove this thing, however, and unhook a couple wires real quick. Alright, after inspecting the blower motor for a second here, this plug right here and this plug right here are the only two that I can see that need to be removed. Oh, now we can just bend that up. There's the blower motor. Just had to bend that tab right there to get that wire out. But hell yeah, boys. That's one step closer to an empty dash right there. Woo! We're getting in here now. Holy shit. Check that out. It's looking pretty empty up here in the front. Hell yeah, we getting there, boys. Alright. There's that. Hell yeah. Get that footrest out of there. I just gotta hit that black one. Yeah, it's just a throttle rest or some shit. Throttle stop. Now. Hell yeah. Yeah, that shit's gonna suck to remove. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah. I got this sucker right here protecting some of that wire stuff. I don't know what it's on. There we go. Take that out. Check out all the points of contact where the cage is gonna be in the car so I can clear all this sound deadening shit off and get a clean weld on. We're probably gonna end up cutting the floor, cutting holes in the floor to drop the cage down, weld the tops, then you know, weld them back up and everything. But yeah, it's coming along, boys. Hell yeah. Got a lot of work to do with the Z tomorrow too. You know, I got to put all new fluids in to get it ready for this season and clear all the stuff that we've stripped off the S13, off the trailer. I mean, that's just the front of it. That's not even all of it. But get that all off, get the 350Z loaded up, and get ready for the drift event on Saturday. But freaking hyped to get back out there, man. God. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow, man. It's coming along though. Super hyped, boys. Side note, little update for you guys if you guys care or not. But I got my gun safe down here and the Prelude's down here now, so I'm officially moved out of my house. All my shit. Haha. Man, big changes in life. Well, yeah, see you tomorrow. Alright guys, what's up? We back at it. Just want to put out a real quick angle kit for the Z's here, baby. So, yeah, we really got to knock this thing out. Drift event's in like 3 weeks, so it's the 2-day event, ISS. So, I really want to try and get that in and alignment done, so it'll be ready to rock. So, today, since I ordered the wrong stuff today, I went to 2 different stores, got some scrapers, and about 5 pounds of dry ice. We're going to break that up, put it around in here, and start chiseling at that shit. Try to get it out of here, man. Get it done as fast as possible. Well, yeah, I was also going to point out, today is 420, so if you got it, blaze it, baby. But yeah, let's get to work. Alright, let's break this shit up. I got 5 pounds, so hopefully that's enough. Guess we'll find out, but alright, you can hear it cracking, which is what I want, you know. Hopefully it's freezing down that tar, and let it sit for just a sec. We'll start cracking. Definitely should have got more than 5 pounds though, but yeah, I might get some of this out. We'll work on the spots. Mainly I just want to get where the cage is going to sit, but I'm just going to hit this as like a test. The hard part's going to be chiseling these fronts out, but because of all the wiring, I'm trying to leave all that in, so yeah. Alright, I'm gonna let that top half freeze a little bit more. I got this kind of cleared up. I'm gonna work on that back piece now that the ice has been sitting on. So let's get into it. It's a lot of work. Getting it done, man. Still gotta vacuum it out and whatnot. Still gotta do the wheel wells, the trunk, and that side, but it's coming along, boys. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Woo! Get excited, baby. Alright, been working on the driver's side. Passenger side was much easier. It'll look a lot better once I get the shop vac, clean it up before we get the cage in here, but yeah, this side's kicking my ass, bro. Fucking A. Oh, shit. Just hanging around. It's pretty sweet. It's comfy in here, man. Whew, dude. This driver's side is not fun, bro. It's kicking my freaking ass. But we're getting there. I don't know why this side's so much freaking worse, but we're getting there, man. We're getting there. Alright, I'm gonna call that side good. The front of this good for today. I'll clean it up some more tomorrow when we get back down here. That's the last of the dry ice right there. I'm just gonna let that crack sizzle pop for a sec, and we'll get chucking at that. And we'll call it good for the day. Yeah, pretty much out of ice. That might be as far as we get today, boys. Alright, boys, that's it for the day. I'm out of dry ice, my body hurts, and I've hit my hand with a hammer so many damn times. It's pretty busted up, it's hurting. It's pretty damn sore, but oh, it hurts to make a fist. Anyway, that's how far we got today. Not too bad. Passenger side's mostly done. Driver side's getting there. Anyways, before we get into it, I got a couple things I gotta show you guys, man. First off, my brother, being the badass he is, went and bought an extra pair of shoes just so he could give me these, man. Freaking sick. The Tallies, man, from the Adidas shoes. We'll put this one in the comp car on the roll cage, and since I have a harness bar now for this out of that car, we're gonna put it in here. We'll put the red-eyed one in the dream car. That's freaking sick, man. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. That's tight. Bought a whole extra pair of shoes just to give me those. My guy. Alright, the other thing I gotta show you guys. Shout out to my boy Nick Driss for the free bumper and lip. Went and got everything I need to fix it up, so after we finish this project today, that'll be tomorrow's project. Stay tuned for that. But let's get back into this S13. Alright, we're gonna chip the toe plates out on both sides so the front bottoms are good for the cage because these parts are exposed, so we're good. Then I've got to clip the wire, the zip ties that are holding the wires there, pull those out, get the rest of that out, push the wires back, zip tie them back. Same thing with those wires. Finish the sound netting over here, this whole back, that well, and then the trunk and shock towers, and we'll be done, baby. Well, I'll clean it up a little bit too because a lot of this is garbage, and we're gonna vacuum it out too with the shop vac because it's a fucking mess. So get it cleaned up proper, and then we'll be ready, baby. Probably should have broke them up a little bit smaller, but because that powder, when I had it powderized like that and just laid it over, it shattered real nice. But it's all right. I got some more powder in there, but in here doing a thing, cracking. Alright, we're making progress. Got this backside all chalked out. Got that top trunk talked out. Just been letting the top of that freeze. I'm gonna try and knock that wheel well out. Then we'll unclip these wires, pull everything out, and knock the rest of it out. And the front, where the toes go, the toe plates. And then we'll hit the wheel wells, and we'll be done with the sound deadening, and we can move on to vacuuming this thing out. This dirty ass biatch. As you can see, that's all I was able to chip off. So I'm gonna take a double look at that diagram of where the cage sits in, and they're not gonna sit on the wheel well, which I don't think they will. I'm going to not worry about that. Alright, after checking out the diagram, I don't believe they're gonna sit on the wheel well, which I don't think they would anyways. Doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to just skip chipping that shit out, save me some work and some misery. But from the diagram, I'll throw those pictures in from what they have on their website right there for you guys so you can see what I'm saying. But I think it's gonna sit right here or right here. So yeah, we're good. I just gotta make sure I get those towers in the back. Alright, so this front piece, it's all one piece. I'm just gonna rip it out, like kind of break it, rip it all out on both sides and pull this shit out. Oh goddamn, that was the easiest part of the whole damn thing. I was able to just pull all that shit out with my hands. Hell yeah. There's the driver's side, passenger side. Hell yeah. Like you said, I just halved it, so yeah, good to go. What's up, man? Alright, now we're going to work on that last little bit of sound deadening right there, and we're going to unclip that couple top spots right there, pulled away, clean up where the cage is going to weld, and then pretty much be done inside the cab besides vacuuming it, but we still got to do the trunk. Letting that do its thing, and I decided I'm going to take out this back portion of the transmission tunnel just because it looks like shit. But I am going to leave sound deadening on the main tunnel though, just on the sides to try and help with transmission heat and sound, just to make it somewhat tolerable in here. I mean, race car life, but fuck it. Let's let this cool down for a minute and we'll get to chipping. The cage is going to mount to the shock towers themselves and not back here, so I'm not going to worry about that sound deadening either. We're going to leave that. There is a spot of sound deadening left from the previous owner back here in the trunk, so I'm gonna knock that out though, just to clean it out of there. Oh, how satisfying was that? Just set the ice on it, let it sit there. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh yeah, just let it freeze, all that shit. We'll get at it. Alright, it's not looking too bad. It's really dusty, but I'll get it all vacuumed out, but for the most part, pretty clean. That's pretty much it. Just gotta go bust out the shop vac and clean it all up, man. It's a lot of work. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go through the car, grab all the big chunks, and then I'll bring the shop vac up. Alright, there it is, boys. All the sound deadening's knocked out. She's ready to get welded in. Put that cage in. I did miss a couple spots, as you can tell. I don't really care. It's not the biggest deal. But yeah, man, she's ready for her cage. I just got to sweep. It's a freaking mess. I cleaned that side up a little bit with my hands, but good hell. She's freaking ready, bro. How tight. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Support your boy, and stay tuned for the next episode where we put the cage in. Also, stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Don't know when it drops, but we're gonna work on the 350Z, getting that bumper all fixed up. I've got everything for it. We're gonna cut it out, cut that grill out, put a mesh in it, paint up the lip, everything, get it on there. It's gonna look good. I'm also going to try and get a headlight and a fender for the 350Z too, so stay tuned for episode 3, man. We're going to get into an angle kit and everything. Also, got the JDM headlights for the 91 S13 as well, so hopefully you're going to be ordering some parts for that too, so make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss out. But until next time, thanks for watching. You guys are on KCYBC? Yeah!